Forgiveness is one of the most important things in your life. Being able to forgive and having the experience of being forgiven will change you in ways that you cannot imagine. The most important thing I've learned about forgiveness is what forgiveness is not. Forgiveness isn't about righting the wrongs done or healing the wounds that have been caused. That takes a lot more time, sometimes years. But forgiveness opens the door to all things. Forgiveness isn't healing, but it does allow for it. In the gospel story, we see more of what forgiveness is not. Forgiveness doesn't undo the past. The Father never says, "Oh, don't worry about it, son. It wasn't a big deal." And forgiveness doesn't undo the hurt the Son has caused. The Father, I'm sure, was still hurt, but the joy of his Son's return, the possibility of reuniting the family, is always going to be more important to him than how his Son hurt him. And forgiveness doesn't suddenly make everything okay. The elder brother is still angry and resentful towards his father. There is still pain and hurt at work in this family, and forgiveness doesn't immediately change that. What forgiveness does do is open the door to possibilities. Yes. The possibility of a new relationship not defined by anger and distrust. Because in this parable, as in our lives, relationships always change when there is forgiveness. Trust always has to be regained. In the parable, one son will continue to be angry, another will continue to feel guilty. But forgiveness will allow the possibility of them moving on. And it forgives the possibility of healing. We tend to read this story as if it were complete. Son spends the family fortune, father forgives, it's all over. But this is really only the first chapter in a much longer story. Jesus never tells us if the elder brother goes to the party or forgives. I suspect it's going to take the elder brother a long time to adopt his father's attitude. And maybe that is also an implied message in Jesus' story. We are to forgive others as the Father in the story forgives, as our Father in heaven forgives us. But it's never easy. And sometimes even the forgiveness that makes the healing possible takes such a long time. Maybe Jesus was being intentional when he left the story open-ended. That is, we can depend on the immediate and unconditional forgiveness of God, but offering forgiveness to one another is a much longer and more difficult process. I'm going to try a brief experiment in the spirit of Taizé, in the spirit of how we worship this day, singing a piece of music over and over again and descending deeper and deeper into its meaning. But instead of doing it with song, I'm going to do it in the form of a question. So take a moment and ask yourself over and over again, what do I need to be forgiven from? However deep that question settled in your heart, it does not compare to the depth of forgiveness that God offers us and begs us to offer one another. Now take a moment and ask yourself, whom do I need to forgive in my life? Whoever they are, whatever they have done, as angry and hurt as you may still feel, and as right as you are to feel that way, that person is created in the image of God, just like you. They are a child of God, just like you. And we are always being called to open the door to forgiveness and welcome or be welcomed back home. Amen.